Hey there, Razorback fans. I'm Sydney Limmerher, and I'm thrilled to be your host for today's exclusive interview featuring two outstanding athletes from the Arkansas Gymnastics. Get ready to meet Reese Drotar and Frankie Price. But before we dive into their stories, let's take a moment to give a shout out to our sponsor, the Everett Auto Group. They're the driving force behind Buick's See Her Greatness campaign, celebrating the achievements and empowerment of female athletes. With locations in Benton, Bryan, and Rogers, the Everett Auto Group is all about supporting women in sports, and we are so thankful to have them on board. Now, let's get down to business. As your host for today's interviews and a former gym back, I'm excited to guide you through the experiences and insights of Reese and Frankie. Let's explore the journey of these remarkable athletes as they represent the Razorback spirit on and off the gym floor. It's time to hear their stories and discover what makes Reese and Frankie true champions on and off the mat. So, hi guys, welcome.
Hi.
Can you both tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you got into gymnastics?
I'm Reese Drotar. I'm from Los Gatos, California, and like most kids, I was very energetic as a child, so my parents decided to put me in gymnastics because I was flipping on the couch and climbing up things, and I pretty much tried every sport when I was younger, but I ended up always choosing gymnastics over the rest.
Yeah, same, honestly. I'm Frankie. I have a very athletic background in my family. My mom was a cheerleader, my dad did baseball, and cheer and gymnastics are kind of similar, so my mom just kind of put me in that. And then started from there. Both my sisters do it as well, so it's kind of runs in the family.
Yeah, and you just had so much energy. You still have so much energy, so it still puts it out.
Yeah.
Can you both tell me a little bit about why you chose Arkansas and kind of talk about your journey to get here?
Throughout my JO career, I had a lot of injuries, but I knew that coming here was the best decision for me and my body and my gymnastics because I knew that I would be taken care of. And also, when I first came to Fayetteville, I fell in love with the small town vibe and just the fan base of Arkansas.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it's fan base. That's a big one because it's huge here. Arkansas, coincidentally, wasn't even on my list at first when I was looking for colleges, but it kind of just fell into my lap and worked out perfectly. I came to visit and fell in love with the campus, coaching staff, all of that. And I also had a big injury right before I came to college, right before my freshman year here, which kind of set me back for over a year, which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Coming in, being new to a new team and everything. But the coaching staff was always on my team and everything, which really even drew me closer to Arkansas and the team as well. So it was great.
Can you both share a moment in your club career where you kind of realized, hey, I want to do college, I'm pretty serious about gymnastics, and what that looked like for you?
I think pretty much from when I started, I had a drive and I knew what I wanted. I always knew that I wanted to compete at the collegiate level. I just didn't know exactly how I was going to get there. So I started off in the elite path, and then when I realized that wasn't for me, college was my main focus.
Yeah.
But I always knew I wanted to be a college gymnast.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. My mom made a huge sacrifice because I was born in Tennessee, and then my mom made a sacrifice to move my sisters and me out to Dallas to further my career. And I think in that moment, it was this is kind of getting serious. I need to lock in on what I want to do.
Yeah.
And when I moved out to Dallas, the gym I went to was very, not strict, but it was
intense.
I'm going to get what I need to get done here. So
Yeah.
I need to use this to my advantage. And I think I just used that and was able to work and with new coaches and just new opportunities that were given to me. And from there, I ended up at Arkansas, so it was worth it.
Yeah, it worked out in the end.
Yep.
So gymnastics is a unique sport where when you're young, kind of like you said, you know you're wanting to do college gymnastics or elite or the Olympics, whatever else, because you typically are training with those 17, 18-year-old girls or the ones that came back from that were at your club and now we're in college. But now you guys are those girls. So what do you want young gymnasts to remember about you as they aspire to be you one day?
I would just say that gymnastics is meant to be joyful, and I hope to portray that on the competition floor and even in practice. I think that something that is really important is to remember that this sport is supposed to be fun, and that it's not just supposed to be, obviously it's a lot of hard work, but it's not just supposed to be serious all the time. And so I think something that I really want little girls to know is that just to enjoy the process. Not many people get to experience it, so it's pretty cool. And also to know that you're going to get through the hard times, because I did have to get through several injuries before coming here and injuries while I've been here, and that it does get better.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I think me personally, I think I would just say just remember to be you and have fun. Of course, always. I know our team specifically that does our best when we're having fun, so that's first and foremost. Another one's personal to me is just to kind of remember your why throughout the whole thing. I know a lot of instances I've came up and I'm just like where the hard times get hard. I remember back to my why and why I'm doing this whole thing.
How do you guys think that social can be used to kind of really reiterate that positivity of gymnastics and continue to grow the sport?
I think it's really awesome that gymnastics is starting to grow on social media and everything. And I think the ultimate goal is just to all support each other. At the end of the day, we're all humans and not just gymnasts.
I agree. I think social media is definitely continuing to grow more and more by the day, honestly. And I think it would be like smart for us to use it in the best way possible. So just watching what we post, what we say on social media, who we're interacting with on social media, just as a team and as individuals, because what one person might do will affect the rest of the team. So it's just important to watch what you do put on social media because it is so strong and it's growing so much.
What advice would you have for girls that are on those teams that are kind of discouraged by the lack of attention that their team might be getting?
I think my advice would just be to do as much as you can behind the scenes, because I mean, no matter if you get the media coverage that you definitely deserve or not, like I mean, what you do matters as a person, and I think that'll shine brighter than any, being on any media.
I would just say that nothing you're doing is going unnoticed. I think that even if it's just one person from your hometown noticing, like someone does notice, and I think that the sport is growing a lot, but it does take time to spread throughout all the programs. So I think that just comes with time and more exposure.
Yeah, just be patient. I was not patient as an athlete. I was getting frustrated, but it's cool to see in the last 5 years where it's gone. Okay, some fun, light questions. Do either of you have any sort of routine or superstition or thing that you have to do before every single meet day?
I'm not superstitious at all. I used to be growing up, but now, like, it's like you just need to treat it like every other day. I don't I just treat it like every other day.
That's good. Yeah.
I do too. I don't think I have any. I do the same meet hair every time. But it's not really a superstition. It's just like part of my normal routine.
Yeah. Same.
Other than that, everything's free to go with the flow.
So actually, I do have one superstition.
Okay.
It's not like exactly a superstition, but I have to eat pink Mike and Ike's before every.
That's a superstition.
Not like
That's what it is.
not pink Mike and Ike's, but like the box that's pink, and it's like I call it my bars power pellets.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so I just have to have a few before I go.
Yeah, that's fine. Since you're not that superstitious, but do you guys have anything you might say to yourself before a routine where maybe the girl in front of you messed up, or you just had a routine you were struggling with in practice but you need to go hit in competition? What do you kind of tell yourself?
I just tell myself, like, we've put in so much work. Like, the amount of numbers of routines that we hit in practice every single day, like, you just need to go back to that and go back to all your cues and just trust that. And I think
Just do your normal.
just do your normal.
Yeah, mine, I say all you need is all you got. And that's a phrase that we say with our team a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it just stuck with me because you don't need to do more than what you're capable of. Like, the training that we put in is a lot, and it'll show when you go out to compete, and that's all you do. You don't need to do anything extra.
Yeah.
Just do you.
Yeah. Gymnastics is a sport where you literally, like, if you try to do anything extra, you either get hurt, you mess up, or it just, like, goes completely wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not a sport where if you do extra, like, you're dunking or you're doing something cool, it's like, oh, I messed up because I tried too hard. Who was the first female athlete that y'all remember looking up to, and talk about why?
Mine was Simone Biles. Yeah.
You're the first one to say that, which was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she looked like me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people told me that I looked like her.
Yeah.
Like in the past few years.
Yeah.
So
Build and
she's
stuff,
she's always on my mind when I think about gymnastics and the first
Good person to look up to.
She's awesome. Love her.
I have like two different ones because I like have a vivid memory of like watching the Fierce Five, and it wasn't like a specific one of them, but it was like a group of girls, and just like what they accomplished together, and like seeing them all so excited at the end like made me excited for like what I wanted to do in the sport.
Yeah.
And then also Nastia Lukin, because same thing, people always like have compared like my lines to her and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
But
Come on.
but yeah, she's also someone.
Yeah.
Too.
Last question. So like I said, with your sport, with success, there's always going to be people that have to say something. With the gymternet, there's always people that have to say something.
Yeah.
How would you address this, any hater, and advocate for, greater respect for your team or your sport?
I would just say that those haters online, they don't know who you are. They really don't know anything about you besides the gymnastics that you put out and what you put out on social media. So you just need to, be sure of yourself and be true to yourself and know that they really don't know anything about you. So,
Yeah, honestly, when I see a hater's comment, it's kind of just I see it and then I just immediately erase it because, again, they don't know us, they don't know our team. Because when we go out and we do our thing and we show out, those comments just go in the trash for me.
Yeah.
Only focusing on what you can control. Because there's so many people out there on social media who do hate comments just to say a hate comment. And just to get a reaction. And you really can't feed into it. So just staying strong and knowing that's not what it's about.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you both. This was awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Of course. That is a wrap for today's episode. I want to extend a massive thank you to the two phenomenal female athletes who joined us today. Your stories are the heart and soul of our podcast, and your greatness truly shines through in every word. I also want to express my gratitude to the Everett Auto Group for continuing to promote the See Her Greatness campaign. With locations in Benton, Bryant, and Rogers, they're not just in the business of selling cars, they're champions of celebrating female excellence in sports. To my listeners, I can't thank you enough for tuning in and being a part of this empowering journey. Remember, you can catch up on all of our episodes and stay connected with the latest from the Everett's See Her Greatness campaign by following us on social media. Until next time, keep believing in your greatness, keep striving for your dreams, and keep celebrating the incredible achievements of female excellence in sports. This is Sydney Lemmerhurt, signing off.